to see if Luminosity has the Pokey Flute and they can wake that thing up so they can move on from this group. Whoever wins this, once again, is going to be moving on to the top 8 tomorrow on our championship Saturday. We see the ban from Time to Shine, Blissey. Very, very targeted ban right here as Luminosity is banning out this Lapras. Lapras has just been insane today.
It has definitely been insane, not only tanking the damage, but dishing out the damage as well. Otherwise, it looks like Lunda has picked up the Inteleon for their first pick. We'll have to wait and see what LG end up choosing for these next 2 Pokemon.
Yeah, they've got a lot of great options, and boom, boom, back-to-back defenders right here. Umbreon and Slowbro, and now that Lapras is gone, Time to Shine is sort of, well, I wouldn't say scraping the bottom of the barrel, but definitely scraping the mid part of a tier list, looking for a defender right here, as they actually decide to lock in a supporter, Clefable, and possibly the big tree.
Oh, it is the big tree. Can it stand nice and tall against these other 2 defenders? Otherwise, we do have Venusaur being picked up once again by Overlord. Obviously, picking up that Petal Dance. I thought it was going to Venusaur, but no. Petal Dance out of nowhere. There we go.
You see, Overlord, he's not a guy who just needs to follow the trends. Oh, everyone's playing Venusaur, so I might as well also. No, he is ready to get in there, get his hands dirty, start doing some Petal Dancing and some Giga Draining. However, he could be moving over to the Venusaur build here in this match as we see Time to Shine here locking in a Gardevoir. First one we've seen on broadcast today, but not the first Espeon we've seen today. It has looked pretty good all day.
All right, hold up. 3 defenders? Oh my gosh, I think we need to pass it on over. I don't know, what do you think about this? 3 defenders, no supporters?
I'm gonna try to count it out right here. 1, 2. Yep, 3 of them right there. That is going to be a huge front line for Luminosity. We're going to see if there's anything Time to Shine can do about it right here as we get ready to head into our match. Again, this thing decides a lot. It's deciding who is moving on to our top 8 tomorrow. We're going to send this thing over to the incredible Zoinks and Wonder Chef to cast this game. Gentlemen, take it away.
Thank you very much, analysts. Wow, what a draft we are looking at for game number 1 of Wonder Chef. And may I remind everyone that whoever wins this game is headed into tomorrow's top 8 bracket. That is how important this game is.
That's right. They had to bring in the big boys for this, you know. Sprinkles, Doom Snacks, they got their time, but it's our time here. And this is our first, I would say, not only technically, well, I wouldn't call it elimination match. It's whatever the opposite is. Our first qualifying match. There we go. That's the word we're looking for. Oh, we got everybody excited out there. Now, Guashi, but that's the soft and fluffy. Those feel amazing, by the way. They were in the Poké Center. I'm so excited for this. I think this draft was also really interesting one to start off. We got a 3 special attacker comp versus a triple defender comp.
Yeah, it really seems like Time to Shine is leaning into that front-to-back strategy. They see that gigantic front line of Luminosity Gaming. They are instead going to be trying to just deal that damage from the front line slowly but surely and cut through those huge HP bars.
All right, well, here we go. Time to Shine on the left, Luminosity on the right. Game number 1 of the set to decide who makes it to the finals bracket on day number 2. Overlord is going to be in that center area with the Bulbasaur. And now I actually didn't get a chance to see what the items were, but I'm interested if we are going to see the same build that we saw in that previous game of the last set, or if we might see a switch over to Venusaur. I'm sure there's a level of ability playing both.
I think at this strategy you can't play Venusaur, especially when your only supporter is Umbreon with Wish. If that's your only source of healing, I think you need to go into that Giga Drain, Petal Dance combination. Of course, rushing into the backline won't be an easy task. However, if you get in there, that Venusaur is going to have a big impact. Level 5 Overlord coming up for this first round of Altaria Swablues, as this clear was actually exceptionally quick for the Venusaur.
That's right, yeah. There's actually a little bit of a rotation down, actually. Kind of going for the, I'm going to show myself here and then maybe get the quick rotation. So we'll see if they're actually ready for that. We are splitting now both the center area Pokemon going to different paths, and they are going to be trying to confirm that. Ooh, yeah, there was a little bit of EXP gained on the side of Time to Shine. We saw the evolution, but oh no, not able to escape the triple stack down here. And yeah, look at this, just trying to get the berry, trying to stay up, and that was honestly a cool little maneuver.
Yeah, very, very solid play there from Luminosity Gaming, showing in one path and then rotating to the other. And of course, I think the most important effect of that is Gecko Kami is not at level 5. Stuck on that level 4, a very important spot right there.
Oh, trying to get the pick here on the Espeon. It looked like that was going to be it. That was actually a really smart choice to not overcommit right there, as it would have been a very easy turnaround. But then in the end, they might be able to escape. Ran with the great manual dodge there on the side strike. But oh no, that was actually a pretty, I'm sorry, side strike. But that was a really scary situation for honestly both sides. It seemed like both were about to get one Pokemon picked, but you can tell just how good these teams are at being able to know exactly their limits without overextending.
And Luminosity has to in this competition, right? Again, the support play is just not going to be there. You are going all in on this defender tanky strategy, and healing just doesn't exist. So if you go too far, then Time to Shine is just going to bounce back and win a team fight in the other direction. Of course, they can rely on Ware's incredible healing play with the Clefable to outlast some of these team fights. Rin almost getting one stack in, but they need to bail again on such low HP.
Oh, trying to get just little bits of damage here and there. There have been a really surprising. It is being, yeah, wow, okay. So, again, showing that level of flexibility that we know from Overlord, not only able to flex different Pokemon, but being able to flex different builds within that Pokemon. So, I mean, hey, you got to expect something like that from what is considered maybe the best player in the world, or at least up there.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of the best players in the world, can we talk about Elo's support play a little bit? Yes. Playing this Umbreon in this Wish build that we haven't seen too much on broadcast as of yet. However, that effect, of course, is some great healing, but do not forget about the damage reduction that you have on basically a 5-second cooldown. Time to Shine with some early presence, getting a defensive area around this Regirock with only Slash here to provide vision on the objective.
Oh no, there's a chance for a steal here, but they're not going to be able to get it. And this is a little bit of a late engage on the side of Luminosity. It looks like, again, neither team taking the advantage there to try and start a fight. This has been such a safe game. They are just fighting for all of that neutral EXP. Nobody overextending. I feel like this is one of the lowest KO games this far into the game that we've seen all day.
We're watching an LG game. We're watching an LG game, and this is what we are looking at so far. Kind of crazy. Overlord has hit 9, though, so the experience race definitely looking pretty good for them. Where is pushed back by that foul play. However, they are able to escape it. Curious with a big engage. Going to go down to that Electro Ball, and finally LG is on the KO board.
All right, at least there. I mean, I think they did get at least that one earlier where they took down the Trevenant, but oh no, the turnaround as well. It's going to be Umbreon going down, but there's just so much damage on both sides. You cannot even stand on your own base, or you are in trouble here. The range damage can be significant. I mean, this is just damage versus such a tanky team. So honestly, even if they don't do that much damage, they're doing a lot of damage based on the Time to Shine comp.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's all about these interesting one-on-one matchups. Amnesia makes Slash able to outlive that side shot. Regirock about to out into half HP. Big Espeon on the way off to bring everybody up in the air. Clefable's close combat does not land on anyone, and now Regirock is going to become the main objective focus. Venusaur grabs it with the Solar Beam, and it's going to be headed towards that tier number 1.
It looks like they didn't mind letting that go as much. There was the opportunity to steal, like maybe with the Gardevoir pushing up, but they would rather just not take that risk. Ooh, a big Unite there from the Umbreon, but that's going to go in. This would be a strange time to try and counter-engage. They've got some damage, but they've actually got the Trevenant coming from the back. Even I didn't see that. That's going to be a little bit of insulation from this Umbreon, but I don't think it's going to be able to pick off anybody before it goes down. So that was, in fact, a great counter-engage get coming in from the sneakiest spot possible. It's going to be 5 points down in the bottom tier 2 as well. Not going to be that big of a deal, but we are going to start getting to these objective spots.
Aggressive little play there by Curios, wanting to outplay Gex with just a check button directly into the tall grass, as making that their option. Rin with a great split push to get yet another stack on those special attack specs. Blastoise with those numbers is going to be doing absurd amount of damage with that Unite move in conjunction in these final fights. It's going to be very important. Now, we talked about that last team fight where they were able to score a little bit thanks to that Regirock. They did get a few knockouts. Time to Shine got a few knockouts into LG. However, I think score is going to be so important in this game so far. It has been a very slow scoring game. As I say that, Time to Shine reigns in some points over the top path, but a great little defense there by Elo in what I think is going to be a very important numbers game.
Right, I agree. I think 200 is kind of the level you need, but there we go. We're going to get the Unite from behind. Overlord coming in, trying to clean up at least one more. Where getting beamed, not going to quite be enough, especially with that healing, but that's more than enough to at least prevent Time to Shine from scoring in that tier 1. Both tier 1 still up, which is good for them. There is the opportunity for a pretty good level of overdunk. However, they don't have the opportunity. We're 3 minutes and 30 seconds. The levels are not too far apart, but like you mentioned, the score, 150 scoreline difference difference is big. 200 is that point where you really kind of almost have to win Ray or have a super huge team wipe regardless. So you're essentially winning the Ray fight. So they are starting to just about get there where even backcaps won't mean anything.
And look at this incredible support play from Elo and Slash. The Umbreon and Slowbro are pushed up so far in their individual paths just for vision. They're giving so much information over towards the rest of the team of LG, and Time to Shine is kind of held in place, not able to push too far forward while being unseen. So good rotation there by Luminosity. We're getting a bit of an engage. A Surf Knock scores two, and Elo tries to grab another, and a great Solar Beam from Overlord to capitalize on another one. Big knockout there.
Ooh, and some extra damage in. Now, that is going to be big because that's building enough space to secure this Regieleki. They are burning it pretty quick, though, so assuming they don't delay it a little bit longer, this should be able to be dealt with before this final 2-minute mark. It's just going to be whether they're going to let it in, whether they're going to take the time to try to burn it down. It looks like there might be some priority going down to this basement Regi.
Yeah, I was going to say, but timing is so important with this, right? If Time to Shine dedicates any resources to stopping the Regieleki, it means they don't have all hands on deck for this basement Regi fight. Slash able to outlast a lot of that damage, but they go down to the side shock. Great little play there from Shelvin to find that knockout, but they hit brought down so low, and Elo finds that knockout. Registeel is now as good as Luminosity Gaming's. They're going to be headed into the final stretch with a huge attack buff.
Oh yeah, they're just going to have enough time to take this out within the last 4 seconds. That is gigantic. I do like the fact that we saw Gek back up to make sure that it wasn't a double KO there, giving him even more of an advantage. But we got to look, Levelist, highest level in the game, is going to be that Inteleon. That is going to be Lunder. That needs to be dealt with. Cannot just allow to be dealing damage from the back. And look at this, almost a little bit of a pick. Rin in an unfortunate spot, not going to be fully taken down. In fact, moving forward again, a little bit of a risky choice. We've got 2 members as well of Luminosity up in these top tall grass.
As long as you don't go into that corridor, it's great positioning. As soon as you're there, you're being subject to a Trevenant or maybe even a Gardevoir Unite, but if you hold out, you get that information. Slash goes down though, big engage there by the Espeon and Trevenant together. Gek takes a lot of damage from the Solar Beam, but they're able to be pushed out. Rin tries to engage on 3 of them. Unite Boom knocks up 2. Overlord with a great capitalization from range. That Solar Beam combos along with a double Solar Beam. Overlord eject buttons, and again, LG is starting to cook.
Oh no, only Lunder left. Can't even get this last hit on Overlord. And at this point, they know, LG knows that they don't need to even take this Ray. They've got the ability for the back caps. They know that they can outmaneuver everybody who's up on Time to Shine left. There's less than 1 minute. I mean, Time to Shine maybe can try to get back in, try to get the Ray for this comeback. It's not looking super great. However, the score didn't actually increase at all for Luminosity. So this is going to be a re-engage, and already we're going to see Slowbro going down.
Yeah, Slash does go down there, and they had their Unite move as well, so no Slowbro Unite move on the other side. However, Elo does. They steal a lot of that Buddy Barrier shielding that Ware just created with their own Unite move. So great counter Unite to try to shut down that initial engage. Rin with a great surf to isolate 2 members of the team, and Curios tries to double up on that by splitting them with their own Unite, and they find the knockout onto Hawk.
Oh, and actually the Umbreon wasn't able to score because of the Gardevoir defense on the bottom tier 2. There are some potential big scores going in here, but no! Actually, Lunder taking out Curios. That is gigantic. This should be the 50 in the very last moments. I don't know if there's enough. They might need more down in the bottom tier 1, and I don't know if they were able to get it.
Time to Shine have certainly made this a little bit closer. We'll have to wait for that final scoreline to see the result as it climbs up and see how these teams react. But in the end, it is going to be Luminosity Gaming holding on to their lead.
Wow, yes, just barely actually. That was as close as it gets. If there was just even a little bit more going into that bottom tier 1, that could have been it. An extremely close game. There's a reason why both these teams are 1-0 in this so far.
Absolutely. Well, let's send it over to our analysts to break this game down. Spraggles and Kello, take it away.
Wow, what a nail biter, Kello. I mean, incredible stuff here. Obviously, Time to Shine behind a lot of that game. This looked like textbook Luminosity, but right there at the end, very, very close.
Oh, very, very close indeed. And considering they didn't even end up securing a Rayquaza to be able to shoot up right at the end and, you know, to know what is going to happen is incredible. But obviously, Luminosity, they held their ground. They were able to win that match.
Yeah, Luminosity looking really, really solid there. Obviously, we saw some incredible moments in the end there from that Solar Venusaur. Obviously, Overlord can really play any type of Venusaur that they would like to. Taking a look at some of our damage numbers, 113,000 from Overlord. Pretty light, performance from Overlord, I would have to say. But I mean, looking at it across the board, really nice stuff all over from Time to Shine. They just couldn't seem to crack through that tough exterior of Luminosity.
No, it was honestly at its breaking point right there, but they were just not able to get that final push.
Let's take a look at some of the big moments from game number 1 right here between these two teams. Again, Time to Shine, Luminosity. Luminosity, if they win one more of these, they are going to move forward to our top 8 tomorrow. Obviously, a lot of teams would expect Luminosity to make it to the top 8. Time to Shine still looking pretty good here in game number 1, and they could shut them down.
Look, it's all about being able to shine, right? They still have a chance to make a comeback, and we've seen a fair few round 3 situations, so whether they're going to be able to flip it around and we might end up getting another round 3. But you can obviously see that LG being able to lock down